Good morning. Hi everyone, excited to be here on stage. Pini just talked a lot about the concept of positionless marketing. I will talk about the Positionless Marketing Platform, aka Optimove. So all of you in the room know Optimove, obviously. We have expanded our product portfolio over the years quite a lot to build a complete marketing platform. So all of our different products are sitting on a shared unified data platform and are sharing the OptiGenie AI suite of AI assistants and co-pilots. I want to do a quick refresher on three key products in our product portfolio, OptiX, OptiPromo, and Adapt, before we move forward to what's coming next, just to make sure that we are on the same page, because I'm going to refer to these capabilities and products throughout my session. So quickly, OptiX is our real-time personalization platform. We made an acquisition almost 3 years ago of Graphite, integrated into Optimove, renamed it OptiX. It's all about web and app real-time personalization, using all kinds of display and rendering mechanisms, layouts, AI search engines, dynamic banners. It's using over 20 out-of-the-box recommendation and personalization models that are working in real time and personalizing experiences on web and app. But we also allow to bring the power of these personalization into your CRM channels, into your emails, mobile push notifications, SMS. By including the same types of recommendations and dynamic content, you can achieve what we call symmetric messaging. So when you send out an email campaign that shows a product recommendation to your customers, and they click through, they go to the website and they see the exact same recommendations over there. So it creates a more cohesive customer experiences and avoids disjointed A/B tests that are usually what happen when you're using different tools that are not very well integrated together. So that's OptiX. OptiPromo we launched a few months ago. It's our next generation promotion management platform. It's all about creating personalized rewards using Optimove's rich data. So you can, instead of offering flat promotions, bonuses, or rewards to your customers, everyone gets a $20 bonus. You can run sophisticated calculations and create more personalized rewards. So for example, every customer will get a bonus worth of 10% of their average deposit amount, or average wager, or average purchase amount. We support multiple reward types, so it could be monetary rewards, it could be secondary currencies like loyalty points and any sort of reward that you can think about. And you can manage budgets and constraints to make sure that you're not overspending. You can cap the number of customers that are eligible to a certain reward. You can also cap the actual reward amount. It seamlessly integrates with your existing tech to supercharge your existing promotion engines or your promotion or your bonus tools. And with Adapt, Pini just mentioned, it's all about creating interactive, gamified experiences through a large variety of gamified experiences like lotteries and spin the wheels and mini games, quizzes and surveys that allow you to enrich customer engagement using experiences, but also use that as a mechanism to capture zero-party data and feed that into Optimove to further inform your segmentation and personalization efforts. It will work seamlessly with Optimove. Over the next few months, we will build on this integration to create a seamless experience of CRM with gamified experiences across all channels, including web and app and your owned channels, traditional email, mobile, and SMS. So this is the Positionless Marketing Platform. I want to talk about the product vision of that platform. So we're all about empowering marketers to be positionless, so they can achieve personalization at scale by supercharging them with data power, optimization power, and creative power. Pini talked about these powers. I will talk about them further in my session. I want to talk about what it means for us, personalization at scale. I keep joking with my team, if I go down the street and I randomly find 10 marketers and I tell them, what's the first thing you think about when you hear the term personalization? So 8 out of 10 will say, hi, first name, kind of thing, which is true. which is true. This is a form of personalization. But we like to think about personalization in a more holistic view. We believe that holistic view of personalization consists of 4 layers. You have a nice layered cake here. It starts with segmentation. Creating multiple segments is a form of personalization. So in order to create the right segments, we are offering you a variety of tools to do that. We are combining historical, behavioral engagement, real-time data. Customer Explorer allows you with no-code segmentation exploration, predictive models, reports and insights, and target discovery, all to create really, really tailored segments. When you create a lot of segments, customers start falling into multiple segments at the same time, and they become eligible to multiple campaigns at the same time. So selecting the right campaign to send to each customer is another form of personalization. And for that, we introduced priority and exclusion, self-optimizing journeys, and a lot of other tools that to help you or the system pick the right campaign to send to the customer if they're eligible to multiple campaigns. Now, within a specific campaign, you may run an A/B test. You may want to test different offers or different channels. So you need to select the right channel and the right offer for each customer. It's also personalization. So for that, we offer tools for that. Most effective channel models, running ABN campaigns, running self-optimizing campaigns. And the last layer is the content layer. After you created a lot of segments, selected the right campaign to send to the customer out of everything they're eligible to receive. Within that campaign, select the right variant, the right channel, the right offer to present with them. Then you want to personalize the actual content. Right? So this is where we've introduced personalization tags and conditional languages, multi-template and multi-language, and OptiX recommendation and banners within your message templates. So this is, for us, a holistic view of personalization. Consists of 4 layers. In the next 30-something minutes, I'm going to dive deep into each of these layers and talk about what we have been working on, what we're introducing today, and what will be coming soon later this year. Let's start. Now, Optimove loves data. It's a slide that I shared also last year, for those of you who've been here. We would like you to capture more data about your customers and share as much data as you can with us about your customers. We love data so much that we're ingesting over 7 billion rows of data every day. It's a big number, but it's also probably 10x the industry average of amount of data per client for a company like ours to ingest. We are also ingesting over 1 billion real-time events per day. And we would like to give you the tools to further enhance that, share more data with us, and use the power of data. So last year, we introduced self-serve data ingestion. It allows you to introduce new data sources without relying on IT, without talking to Optimove people. Do it on your own. No tickets, no emails, no nothing. Just connect to a data source, fetch tables of data, use them in Optimove. It's been a long beta phase since we launched it last year, and today it's generally available. It's already used by a lot of you, and creating hundreds and hundreds of customer attributes on your own to activate immediately in your CRM campaigns. We want to double down on that, so we are adding more data sources to be supported in a self-serve fashion. So not just cloud storages, but also cloud data warehouses like Snowflake and Databricks and alike. Not just creating new attributes, new customer attributes, but also creating new customer records and updating existing customer records. This will be coming soon. This is about data in. We've also invested a lot about sharing data out. So last year we introduced Optimove Data Shares. It's about sharing data from Optimove into Snowflake, either to your own Snowflake account if you have one, or a Snowflake account we provision for you if you don't have one. We are already, over 120 clients of ours are already enjoying this capability. We are sharing more than 90 billion rows of data every month back to you, back to your systems. So you can use this for analysis. You can use it. You can equip your BI teams with rich data about your customers, predictive models, campaign performance, purchase history, gameplay history, all of that to run your own insights. We recently launched a use case library in our documentation, so you can further take advantage of this great capability and understand how to combine data sets together to gain more insights. Soon we will be adding more and more data sets available for data share, so we're working a lot on data engineering to make them easily accessible to you, to use naming conventions and structures that are easily consumable and not using too much of the inner workings of Optimove. But we also want to allow you to enjoy this without Snowflake. So historically, this has all been built on top of Snowflake. We will now share data to your cloud storage of choice, whether it's an S3 bucket, an Azure Blob, or all of the above. So this is something we're working on too. Now, more data equals more insight equals better personalization. And we want to allow you to gain those insights, and we want to embed some of these insights into your workflows. So not only you can analyze data outside in Snowflake or in other tools, not only you can ingest data into Optimove, we want to embed data insights into your workflow. So we are redesigning our target group creation workflow by embedding insights into that. So we want you to eliminate guesswork when you're building audiences and target groups and create more informed target groups. So think about when you're about to add a condition to a target group, like the average purchase value from the last 6 months. Today, what's the value that you're choosing now? It's either some form of guesswork or someone made an analysis outside and told you which value to use. Now we can show you how your data looks like, the distribution of data in your system, so you can make a more informed decision and select the exact value that matches your business case. Over time, we will add more and more insights, and we will be looking for your feedback to understand how helpful it is to better inform your decision so you can create better segments and not overspend or underexpose some of your customers just because you selected a random value. So this is what we're doing around segmentation. Moving forward to selecting the right campaigns. In 2024, almost 7 million campaigns were executed through Optimove, sending over 200 billion messages to unique customers. That's a lot. These are billions of emails and SMS messages, mobile push notifications, direct mail, paid ads, all of these channels. In fact, more than 50% of you are orchestrating over 300 campaigns per week with Optimove through 4 or more channels. The top 20% of you are orchestrating over 1,000 campaigns per week through more than 7 channels, and a few of you are orchestrating a whopping 13,000 campaigns per week over 20 channels. These are real numbers. Some of you here do that. These are amazing numbers. And all of this would be impossible. This is what we call personalization at scale, right? Think about 13,000 campaigns per week running through 20 channels. It wouldn't be possible without an overarching mechanism of priority and exclusion to make sure that all of these messages across all of these channels are working in harmony and not creating chaos, not creating conflicting offers, not spamming your customers, sending them multiple offers at the same day, 7 emails, and 13 push notifications. Because we allow you to set rules for priority and exclusion. So every customer only gets the campaign or campaigns that are most appropriate for them. This is what enables this personalization at scale, and this is what allows you to move from antiquated frequency capping techniques to smart air traffic control, where an AI agent evaluates all the different journey permutations every customer is eligible to every single moment. In this example, you can see a fictitious customer eligible to 3 campaigns on a certain day, some campaign of their onboarding journey, a birthday campaign, and a risk of churn campaign. AI agent will evaluate what would happen if we send this or that, all the different journey permutations that can come out of that, and serve each customer the best and not the first campaign to maximize their lifetime value. Customer data is what drives journeys and not rules that you predefined in your own. Each customer will plot their own path based on how they behave and the signals that they are sending into the system. So this will reevaluate every day. Now, for those of you who know this, what we call self-optimizing journeys, the way to utilize that is using auto priority inside of Optimove, and this works. This really works. Campaigns that are using auto priority and let AI agents decide which of them every customer should receive are showing 37% higher uplift in their business KPI and resulting in almost 20% higher customer lifetime value compared to the alternative of prioritizing manually. These are real numbers. It's really impressive. Now, because of that, we want to double down on this smart decisioning, and we want to take this real time. Not only we want this decision to happen once a day in a concentrated fashion, but we want this AI agent to reevaluate eligibility, priority, and exclusions continuously throughout the day. So, when you introduce new customer data with real-time events, with API calls, or if you introduce a new campaign in the middle of the day because you thought about something that you want to run tonight. Until now, the smart decisioning didn't really take that into consideration. All of the smart decisioning happened in the morning, and then you had to do all kinds of workarounds to introduce a new campaign into the mix in the middle of the day. Now, when a new campaign is added in the middle of the day, the system will reevaluate automatically all the different journey permutations and the priorities and exclusions and make an informed decision with this new reality. Not only it improves customer experience, but it also improves your operational efficiency because you can avoid all kinds of unnecessary workarounds that we are expecting you to utilize today. This is real-time self-optimizing journeys, and this is rolling out slowly these days already. Now, we talked about better segmentation, better campaign selection. How can we offer you better ways to select the channel and the offer your customers are getting? I want to talk about self-optimizing campaigns, which is not a new feature, but is something very powerful that I want to make sure that you are all aware of its benefits and are taking advantage of it. Improving margins with self-optimizing campaigns is a really, really strong use case. For those of you who might not know, self-optimizing campaigns are sort of A/B tests, but it's not a winner-takes-all test. Every square in this diagram represents a sub-segment of your campaign audiences. And the system, an AI agent, walks through that and matches the right campaign variation to every sub-segment in your audience. It can optimize for any business KPI that you choose, including net revenue. So when you select optimize for net revenue, and you want to test different types of offers, different levels of generosity, the system will optimize in a way that will improve your margins. It will continuously adjust for seasonality, for changes in engagement and preferences, so you don't have to worry about the end of NFL season and customers that didn't need much incentive during the NFL playoffs will now need more in the off-season. Or if it's a retail, and after the holidays, you see a dip, and you want to recalculate the ways that you do promotions and the way that the levels of aggressiveness of your offers to make sure that customers that didn't need a lot of incentives before, that do need more incentive now, will automatically get it. So we encourage you, every time you have a promotion in mind, you think about, I want to do a 20% discount to this audience. I want to do a certain level of generosity to these players. Throw one or two more less generous offers into the mix. And let the system optimize for you. Some customers still buy. Some players still play with lower discounts and lower incentives. And it's all improving profit margins. Self-optimizing campaigns are showing almost 50% higher response rate which means purchases, deposits, monetary transactions, compared to standard campaigns. It's really easy to do that. If you're not taking advantage of self-optimizing campaigns today, you're missing out. You should try it out. Now, I want to introduce 2 new ways to optimize the selection of channel and timing beyond self-optimizing campaigns. The first one is multi-channel preferences and eligibility. The idea is to allow you to create a communication preferences UI in your web or in your website or in your app to reduce opt-outs by allowing customers to choose which topics they are interested in and which topics they're not across different channels. It's a matrix of topics and channels. It improves your regulatory compliance. Namely, many of you are concerned with the upcoming UK GC regulation happening in May. Will allow you to, every template, every message that you're sending out, to designate which topic this message is about. And then the system will automatically respect that when executing campaigns. So you won't be sending messages to customers who did not explicitly opt in to a topic that you designated. We can also allow you to employ opt-out by default. So if you don't have data about customers, they will be considered opt-out by default or not. It will be a setting. You will see audit logs in Customer 360 page inside of Optimove, the status of your every customer's opt-in and consent, including all their history of how they got to the current status. And we will go beyond consent for channel eligibility. So think about creating more rules to define whether customers should be receiving this email or not. It's not just about consent, it could also be past engagement. So customers who did not open any email in the last 90 days may not be eligible to emails anymore. It will improve support for multi-channel campaigns. It will support, so you don't have to create target group criteria for that. The system will automatically respect those eligibility rules, consent, and preferences when deciding whether customers should be getting this multi-channel campaign through both channels or only one of them, based on their current status. So you don't have to worry about that anymore, and you can reduce the burden from yourselves. So that's the first thing. It will improve your operational efficiency to allow you to move faster and conduct more tailored multi-channel experiences and strategies. We're also introducing intelligent send time optimization. This is how the campaign builder is going to look like, where OptiGenie is going to not just use email opens as a signal, because those are not reliable anymore, but any form of engagement signal that we can pick up. It's opens, clicks, including web and app sessions. And everyone will have a different weight, right? So a click is worth more than an open, and a lengthy web session is worth more than a click. So using these real-time signals, we could calculate the best time to send an email, which might be a different time from your best time to send an SMS, or a best time to send a mobile push. And we will store that on a customer level. When you define a campaign, you can define either send it whenever during the day, or define start and end times. I want this campaign to go out between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., but let the system decide which time every customer should receive the message. And it could be a different time for email and a different time for mobile push. And it will work across all of Optimove's native channels. Okay, let's talk about content. Now, historically, this has been an area of lesser focus to us. Optimove has always excelled in segmentation, in smart decisioning, and around content, we didn't have a lot to offer. We obviously offer the standard tools of personalization tags and conditional language, and we did make this acquisition 3 years ago of OptiX, which allows you to personalize content on your website and app, but we didn't really play with the actual content itself. But we are changing that. And today we're announcing multiple ways to take your personalized content to the next level. Let's start with content variations. The idea is to use AI assistant to create multiple content variations, like a subject line, or SMS, or mobile push content. Write a prompt, generate 4 versions or more, tweak, regenerate, create those versions immediately. And then for the system to optimize the send in real time. So as you go and send a campaign that has multiple variations of email subject lines, the system will real-time optimize based on opens and clicks and web and app activity, and optimize the mixture of how many customers are getting version A versus version B versus version C versus version D. And we learn from these to the next campaigns. OptiGenie will optimize in real time. You will see those analytics, so you can gauge the optimization benefit that you get out of this process compared to just sending one single version to all of your audience. This is rolling out in the next few weeks, and it's really exciting for us. Another way we want to introduce content from outside. So generating content variants is about building content inside of Optimove. Data connections allow you to fetch content from external systems into your messages. So think about content that you have in your CMS or your promo engine, list of promotions, or in your item catalog, or your blog, or external websites like weather or stock markets and financial quotes. We want to allow you to use no-code interfaces to inject this content into your messages seamlessly. So if you follow this little video there, by selecting an external data source, designating which field or which parameter you want to fetch, how to match customer IDs between that source and your customer IDs inside of Optimove, you can immediately fetch content from, in this example, from your digital asset management platform and just put it in there. It also means you can inject content into AI personalization. So if you have an OptiX dynamic banner inside of your email, the content of that banner could come from an external source without having to ingest that into Optimove before. This is really powerful, and it allows you to create highly personalized campaigns with all sorts of content that before was pretty hard to get into Optimove, and now it's a breeze. Now, I moved to the United States about a year and a half ago from Israel, and when I was working on this deck, I was looking for a meme to say, wait, there's more. And then Google Images was all this, and I didn't know who this is. The American friends here probably know. So I had to use ChatGPT, obviously, to say, why is this person showing up in all of my Google search results? And apparently, it's a guy that ran commercials in the US, and he had a very enthusiastic tone to market very simple products like baking soda. And he would like, wait, there's more. It can also remove stains. So what I want to say is that we're not stopping here. We have a very comprehensive vision to how campaigns and experiences should be created and optimized using the powers of creative, data, and optimization, which are only now possible in this era, this new era of AI technology. We are taking our DNA of experimentation and optimization and extending it into content personalization at scale. Let's start with what we call content analysis. If you're using Optimove channels and building your content inside of Optimove, your email templates, your mobile templates, we trained an AI agent to identify the essence of your content. So we can tag those templates. We can identify these images are of models or athletes versus images of products. This tone of voice is informative or urgent. This promotion is of type % discount versus a free bet, and so on and so forth. Every template, every campaign that you're sending out of Optimove automatically gets tagged with this AI agent. And then we can cross-reference those tags with the actual campaign performance that we have in Optimove to provide content analysis. So we can give you descriptive analytics of this is the actual content that you're sending, whether you knew it or not. and also gain into the performance of this content. So you can see you have a high frequency of free bets in this example, or enthusiastic or friendly tone of voice. But the response rate of templates using these types of content is not as high as other types of content that you're not frequently sending out. This will reveal that very easily. Over time, we can identify the best and worst performing tags for each customer. So imagine customer 360 page. These are the customer 360 page of two different customers. We're going to add a new section to talk about the preferred content types of every customer. So if you compare these two fictitious customers, they might both respond really well to the same type of promotion, percent discount in this example, but one customer responds well to informative tone of voice and images of products, whereas the other customer responds better to friendly tone of voice and images of models or athletes. We can use that data as another layer or as another dimension for our optimization engine. So we talked about this example of self-optimizing journeys just a few moments ago. Today, self-optimizing journeys are taking their decision based on campaign performance to customers like you to maximize uplift. We don't know what the content of those campaigns are. We just know that there are 3 different campaigns. Campaign 1 works better for customers like this, so we will send campaign 1 to them. Now, we know the content preferences of this specific customer, like we saw just a moment ago. And we know which templates are being used in each of these 3 campaigns that this customer is eligible to receive. So this is another dimension that can be used to take a smarter decision. Let's send this campaign, this customer, the campaign that uses the content that this customer responds better to. We can also then identify and recommend campaigns or identify gaps in your marketing strategy. So 28% of your customers who prefer a buy one, get one promotion are not receiving them. You're not sending this type of content to this segment of customers. Obviously, this is just one example of promotion type, but it could be across any of these content types. The tone of voice, the imagery, the ratio of images to text in your messages. Every form of content analysis that we can fetch, an AI agent is already fetching, can serve as a recommendation and tell you, look, you're missing out. Why don't you create something for these customers? Now, we want to take this a step further. And we would like for OptiGenie AI to be even smarter. So it will be your agent, trained on your industry schedule and event. There's no reason why OptiGenie can't know that in your industry, the high season is January, February, and the low season is March and April, or whatever it is. We want OptiGenie to be obviously trained on your customer and your campaign data and your brand guidelines. So whenever it makes a suggestion or takes action, it's more tailored to your business. And we would like to train OptiGenie with the best practices and the strategies that we know are working well. Many of you are working with our professional services team. They are building strategy or helping you craft strategies that match your business. We can take this data and these learnings and train OptiGenie with them. So whenever OptiGenie has a suggestion for you, it's not a generic suggestion. It's tailored to your business and makes sense to your business. So imagine that you wake up in the morning, you arrive to the office, and OptiGenie surfaces this insight. Hey, it's the end of January now, or the beginning of January now. This is a retail example. You just completed a very successful holiday season where you acquired a bunch of new customers and you were able to reactivate a bunch of churned or lapsed customers. But we also know that typically in your industry, in your business, now comes a low season and you might lose quite a lot of these customers that you just acquired, many of them are just coming from this for like one-time high discount over holidays, and you don't hear from them until next year. Again, OptiDigi knows that that's the dynamic of your business. So it can offer you automatically to create a campaign or a series of campaigns to minimize this phenomena and keep those customers engaged. So it will create a brief for you, or you can create it on your own. Let's create a campaign for Valentine's Day, which in this fictionist brand is the next peak season, coming right off the holidays, featuring our new jeans collection, targeted at new and reactivated customers from the last holiday season. OptiGenie will work for a few moments and create a first draft. This template it offers you is not just a generic template. It's using the templates from your instance and your brand, that we know what the typical layout of your messages look like. We know what the typical tone, what the typical mixture of text and images. It takes images from your from your content management system or your digital asset management platform, from your item catalog, and crafts a first draft. It's obviously a draft. We'll work on that in a moment. But it also creates a draft of the audience. Let's look at that. So this is a new version of target group discovery, where you start with an initial set of customers. In our example, the new and reactivated customers from the last 2 months. But it allows you to select an item from your catalog, an item or a category from your catalog, in this case, denim jacket, and define the size of the group that you want to use for this campaign. Now, the smaller the group, it will only include the customers with the highest propensity to this item. The larger the group, it will include customers with a bit of a lower propensity, but still, people with good propensity for this product out of the new and reactivated customers from the last 2 months, which is exactly what we're trying to achieve with this strategy now. Because we know the content preferences of all your customers, we will immediately show you these 27,000 something customers that are included in this target group. These are their content preferences. These are the types of promotions they prefer. This is the type of tone of voice they prefer. This is the type of imagery that works best on them. So we will take those preferences and immediately create different variations for them. Right? If you do the math, 6 times 5 times 5, that's 150 different potential permutations of content that we can create for this campaign. In this example, we are showing you the variation of free shipping type of promotion with a friendly tone of voice and images of models. But if I ask it to generate a version for a buy one, get one promotion with informative tone of voice and images of products, it will think for a second and create a version for that. This will allow you to scale your content production really fast, right? Create 150 potential permutations of the same campaign. Now, we understand these are all drafts. These are not ready-made templates that you can just send out. So we'd like to give you the tools to manipulate the content in a positionless fashion on your own. We want to create multi-channel campaigns out of them. So why just email? Let's create an SMS and an in-app message as well. Automatically, adjusting the form factor of images, shortening the text for SMS character limit length, changing the proportions to match an in-app message. Now this template, these 150 permutations of templates across 3 channels are all synced together. So when I want to manipulate the image, we want you marketers to be able to do some form of image manipulation that historically required a graphic designer, but today they're not. For those of you who play around with AI tools today, you know the pace in which this world is progressing. We believe that some tasks your creative team will let go for you to do within guardrails, within boundaries, within brand conditions, but things that designers don't really like to do. Right? They don't like to, I need you to take this image and replace the background and do something else, it's an easy task for a designer. If you ask them 20 times a day or 150 times in this time, they won't like it. They will be happily let go, we believe. So we want to package some of these very complicated and sophisticated models that usually specialists work with and package them into specific use cases that we believe CRM marketers will be able to do on their own. For example, change the image background. So here is our lovely model sitting on these stairs. And I want to remove the background and replace it with a Valentine's themed image. So a few seconds later, I get that. I don't know if you like that image, but it's a Valentine's Day theme. The background is removed. Let's use that image. And as soon as I hit apply, it automatically updates across the other channels as well. In the same fashion, you can manipulate text. You can regenerate the title. Once you do that, it will automatically sync the email subject line, the SMS body, the push title, all to echo the same message across all these different permutations. Once you're ready to send, we will start optimization process in real time. So you can gauge what's happening, right? How the different variations of promotion types, or the different variations of tone of voice, the different variations of product or model imagery perform in real time using engagement signals like opens, clicks, impressions, taps, web sessions, mobile sessions, and obviously monetary transactions. So the system will optimize in real time across all of these different permutations for you. This is what content creation and optimization at scale looks like. And it will create an optimization benefit that you can report on. So, independent access to data and insights, AI-powered campaign offer and channel optimization, content personalization at scale. This is the future of marketing, brought to you by Optimove, the positionless marketing platform. Thank you.